atom structure is present. So how much it will be able to carry the atoms, that is will be we are called as a density. So how many lines is present in a given unit area? So that is will be we are called as a density. So next, strength is nothing but, so for example, how long it will be attract. For example, here we are placing a magnet field. So it is limited to this area only. So there, if you are taking a metal, so if you are placed here, there is no attraction force is existed. So then we are moving to here. So then there is no attraction force exist. Then we are move to iron piece to this circular. So then it will be start attracting the metal piece. So if you are closer to here, then it will be tried area. This is the area. At that area only, so it is able to receive the, or it will be attract the other metal pieces. So that will be we are called as a strength. So if it is crosses this circle, so there is no attraction force will be exist between any metals or the magnet. So that will be we are called as a, this is the density and this is the strength. So the ability of magnet to attract the metals, so that is will be we are called as a field strength. Field strength. Second one, magnetic flux density is nothing but in a given unit area, how many flux lines are present. So that is will be called as a magnetic flux density. So that is flux density is represented with capital B and strength is represented with the capital H. So I hope all of you understand the concept of density and strength. So the word itself says density is nothing but with a given area. So how many will be occupied, or the how long it will be occupied. So that will be we are called as the density. Strength is nothing but what distance the forces exist. So that is will be we are called as the field strength. So then we are taking the ratio of magnetic flux density and magnetic field strength. So that will be gives the absolute permeability. If the magnet is placed in a free space or vacuum or in air, the ratio of flux density B and the magnetic field strength H is we are called as the absolute permeability. So mu naught it is represented with absolute permeability is represented with mu naught, that implies B by H. So if you want to note flux density, then we can take the ratio as B is equal to mu naught into just interchanging the H to the LHS side and we are interchanging the mu naught to the R side. So here the multiplier, it is become multiplier. Then we are getting value is equal to H. So it is denoted as a mu naught and measured in Henry per meter. By Henry, right? So that is donated by means of capital H per meter. So then finally the value is becomes mu naught is equal to B by H in vacuum. So the constant of mu naught is the 4 pi into 10 to the power of minus 7 Henry per meter. So this is the value of absolute permeability. Right? The next, relative permeability. The word itself says there is a relationship. So the ratio of the permeability mu of a material to the permeability of free space. So it is the ratio of permeability of a material and permeability already material to conduct magnetic flux fluid, that is we are called as a permeability, that is represented with mu. Permeability is denoted by means of mu naught. So if you are taking the ratio of permeability and absolute permeability, so that is we are called as a relative permeability. So means we are discovering the relationship between permeability and absolute permeability. So that is represented with the mu r. That is represented with mu r is equals to permeability of material by permeability of free space. So that implies we are getting the value as mu by mu naught. Mu by mu naught.
Thank you.
So this is the formulas we had used it for absolute permeability and relative permeability, and the mu is representing as a permeability. The next concept of lines of force and magnetic field. So already in the previous classes we have discussed about what is the force and what is the field line. So first we see the definitions. We have some definitions will be there. The first one, magnetic field. So the space or region under the magnet where its poles exhibit a force of attraction or repulsion is we are called as a magnetic field. So already we see the definition. In the previous session we had discussed about the what it means by magnetic field. So for example, if you are placing a magnet is here, so we are just describe the end as a north pole and south pole. So just we are assuming this is a circumferences. So this is a circumference of the magnet. So only in this ranges only there will be exist the force of attraction or repulsion, whatever it may be. So same we are taking another magnet, so it is having the north pole and the south pole. For example, we are moving in this direction. So up to here there is no responses exist. So after this point or this circular will be reaches, if it is the north pole, the repulsion force will be exist between those two. For example, if you are placing south pole is here, the attraction force will be exist between this only. So whatever the circumference is available in that ranges only, the attraction force or repulsion forces will be existence. So that is we are called as a field. So there are several number of lines will be there. So there is a infinite in numbers, either defined numbers will be present. So they are not overlap to each other. There are parallels will be provided. So that is will be we are called as a magnetic field. The next we think about what is the magnetic lines of force. It is the imaginary line drawn in the path traced by a unit north pole moved in free to do so. So that is we are called as a magnetic lines. These are the imaginary lines. So already in the last class I explained about the magnetic force lines or field lines. We cannot see, we cannot experience also. So whenever we are touch the magnet, we cannot experience anything. So whatever the particle we are touching, so that experience we can obtain. But practically, so when we are go to the application, so then the force is existed. It may be attraction force or the repulsion force. That is not matter. But we cannot see, we cannot touch, we cannot experience the forces. Okay? So that is a we are called as a imaginary, just imaginary. But practically they are present. How can we discover there is a magnetic lines will be available? This by of the experiment we are conducted. So you can see here.
Okay.
Right. So in this diagram, you can observe here. So north and south pole means we are taking a bar magnet. So we are placing in a this space. So we are taking a compass. So generally we know that about compass. So we are used to find the direction, to find the directions of north pole or south pole. So that be determined by means of compass. So first we are keep the compass here at the north pole, near to north pole.
Madam, please kindly social example
Sorry, there is interruption will be there. Right. So here we are placing a bar magnet north and south pole. A compass we are placing here. So always a compass will be shows the north pole direction. So there is a repulsion force will be exist between north pole and north pole. So because of that reason, the needle will be shows in the upward direction. So similarly, when we are moving in a clockwise direction, the positions of the compasses, and we are indicating the each and every point. So simply we are marking the dot with a pencil. So we are marking the position. So here we are placing compass. One dot we are placing here. So similarly, when compass we are placing here, when compass we are placing here. So in this direction, so we are placing. So up to here, it will be clear. So then after, we are changing the positions. So we are taking the compass here. So there is a repulsion force will be existence. So here we are getting. So similarly, next point. So next point. So this is the points we can obtain here. So if you are all joining that points. So for example, if you are joining the points, so this is we are getting here. Okay. So similarly, if you are connecting all the dot lines, so we are getting one line. So similarly, if your compass moving in another position, for example, we are placing here, right? So if you are joining all the things, so we are getting another shape here. So similarly, the compass is moving in this direction, so we are getting another lens is here. So similarly, if you are moving the compass in different directions, so practically we can obtain the imaginary lens or magnetic field lens with a physics lab. So there is experiment will be available. So from that experiment we can observe what is the path of electric field. So here the compass will push us in this direction. Because of that reason, so the arrow mark will be represented is like that. So similarly here also the arrows will be shown in this direction. So why the direction is we are giving is nothing but that is given by means of the compass only. The direction will be we are indicating. So at the same time we are assuming always the lines will be flowing from north pole to the
south
pole. So this is the concept of magnetic line of force. So there is no need for write all explanation. Just you should remember
of line
it is
and
an
force
imaginary line
magnetic field.
we can draw with the help of a compass. That will be we are called as a magnetic line. So just we are assuming always the lines will be starting from north pole and end at a south pole. Already we know the basic thing. The force of attraction or repulsion, it is high at pole ends, it is weak at the middle of the magnet. So these all things will be already we know in the primary
class, 10th class,
so this is about
12th class.
magnetic field and magnetic line of force. All ignition. So whatever is here, I explained about the bar magnet when we are placing the compass. So then the attraction repulsion force will be existed. So we are moving the compass with a proper direction. So then we are getting a lines. So we are changing the positions into different levels. So then the direction of the lines will be we are marking with help of a compass. So this is about the magnetic lines of force. So what is important thing is nothing but, so you should remember just only two concepts. So sometimes maybe ask for the 1 mark question, draw the magnetic line of force. So just you can simply draw a bar magnet and just we are just indicating the lines. Always remember one point, always the lines will be starting from north pole and at south pole. So that is the direction will be obtained. So these are the important points. So these points will be, you should remember there are 8 points will be there. So those things will be, we should remember in our mind. So while we are going through the third chapter, what is the first thing? They always start from the north pole and end at the south pole. they are always start from North Pole and end at South Pole, and are then continuous through the body of the magnet. Continuous through the body of the magnet. Not only surfaces, outer circumferences, through the body also it is flowing. Is nothing but, so what we have drawn here, so it is not only flowing in this direction only, but into the in the center of the magnet also the lines will be flowing. For example, you are taking the North and South Pole. If you draw the one diagram, so this is a completeness. So if you are taking in this side, so this is a completeness. Not only the surfaces, and also it is flowing through the entire structure of the magnet also. So that is the first point. Second one, they form closed loops. So there is no open loop. Always is a closed loop. So what is a closed loop? Through the magnet also the lines are flowing. So because of that reason, they are always formed a closed loop. There is no open path will be available. That is the secondary point. Next, third one, they never intersect each other. So you can see in the diagram, if there is any magnetic line is intersect to each other, no, each are individually divided. So that is another point. Next, they behave like elastic bonds and tend to shorten themselves. For example, if you are trying to quenching the magnetic lines, so they are possible to extend as well as quenching. Quenching is nothing but reducing the size. So it can be possible. So we can extend the lines as well as so we can quenching the lines also. It will be acting as a rubber bands. So that is we are called as a elastic bands. That is the fourth concept. Next, fifth one, they are imaginary lines of force. So practically we cannot visible, so we cannot hear, we cannot experience the lines. Because of that reason, those will be we are called as a imaginary lines. So they repel each other when they are parallel and or in the same direction. For example, in this diagram, so if NASA upper portion, so we can see here, so they are not intersect to each other. There are parallels we are placed. So because of that reason, infinity, up to infinity also, the lines are never intersect to each other. Because the same poles, the production by means of the same poles, because of that reason, so they are never intersect to each other. So that is another point. Repulsion, each other is nothing but, if there is attraction force is there, the two lines become merged. But there is no attraction forces exist, repulsion forces exist, so then they are repulsed to each other. So because of that reason, they are never intersect. Up to infinity also you can take, so they are never intersect. Next, they remains unaffected by non-magnetic materials. If we are placing the magnetic material, definitely the lines, path and the direction will be changes. Those things will be we are discussed in the next topics.